So, today's topic, we are going to be discussing backsliding. A lot of Christians backslide, and most don't recover. Some do. It's a very small percentage that do recover, but most do not recover from backsliding. So, with that being said, is that we're going to be having some discussions and topics of backsliding. And with the first question we're going to go with is, what is backsliding? Define backsliding, my brother.
So the word backsliding, if you look into the etymology of the word backsliding, it means to slide backwards. And in a religious context, it's actually deep. It's to abandon faith or devotion. So to abandon faith or devotion, how many times have we as people have said, I'm going to eat better. I'm going to start eating clean. I'm going to start going to the gym. We're devoted. We're devoted to go to the gym. We start for a good 2 to 3 weeks. We're doing it. We're constantly doing it. Then we get off track. We stop going. We deviate from the devotion. See, either you're going to deviate or you're going to be devoted. And what happens is we end up deviating from the devotion. So we end up missing out on the prize. So to backslide is to slide backwards. Have you ever been on a slide and you're sliding backwards? You're actually in a fallen state. The scripture says in Hebrews chapter 2, wherefore, brethren, he says, therefore, brethren, we ought to give the earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we shall let them slip. This is why we have to every day keep our hearts in the Lord, because it's easy to backslide. And backsliding is actually, it's apostasy. It's apostasy according to the actual definition. Apostasy means to abandon the faith, to depart from the faith. That's what that means. It's apostasy, and many of us have done it in forms, shapes, or ways. Peter actually abandoned the faith when he left Jesus, when he denied Jesus. That was a form of abandoning the faith. Judas, and my brother made a point, there's some that recover and there's some that don't recover. And this is, we're not speaking this to condemn nobody. I think all of us have been Peters. All of us have done bad as Christians at one point. There's some that have had blameless walks. There is some brothers and sisters who have been blameless, but what I'm saying is some of us have been Peters. Some of us have departed on things or deviated. It's just like, when you say, I'm going to start eating better, then you're eating good for 2 to 3 weeks and you go back to the junk food. You backslidden. You've left the devotion and have deviated